Okay, so we're coming on to our next speaker, who is a communication and business strategist with a decade of experience in brand building, online communication, workshop facilitation, and product development, focusing on consumer tech products. Over the past decade, she has transitioned from classic advertising agencies, coordinating ATL projects and creative teams. She has concentrated on user experience, working with brands like Johnson & Johnson, Nissan, Peugeot, and Rickett Benkistel. In 2012, she founded Drungly. That's an adventure generator for spontaneous people in a CEO or creative product lead role, growing it from 0 to 50,000 unique visitors per month. Sounds incredible. And thereby reaching 1 million people around Europe. She is committed to delightful customer experiences. I love that term. I love the word delight. It's like savoring something. I can see her relishing her time at Twitter. Oh, so, yeah, she's with a deep understanding of how human beings work. Again, engagement, and building amazing products that are capable of changing lives for the better. Please welcome Orsi Toth.
Yes, I'm taking a picture. I need to be the time of Twitter influencer. Hi everyone. So, my name is Orsi, and I'm very forgetful for growth. And what should I do for like, just like, I can't do it with my left arm. I don't know why. Can you please take one? Oh yeah, can I just get this out? See my glasses? Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I also don't see very well without my glasses, so thank you.
You have to put it on a flat surface. You have to be on the desk.
Oh no! It's on my left side. No, you'll figure this out.
It should if you click it.
No.
Just make sure it's on the screen.
Or
It's
just the
PDF,
screen.
so you've got to scroll down.
Oh yeah, I should have put it out. Okay, gonna work. So, Don't Forget for Growth, we are a non-profit organization, and the project has been set up to work with 5 East London boroughs. These Hackney, St. Our Hamlets, Newham and Waltham Forest. And within these 5 boroughs, we run loads of workshops and classes. So sometimes you can come and listen to me talk about Twitter for 2 hours instead of 10 minutes. And we also have around to 10 hours, or up to 10 hours of free one-on-one coaching. So if you're in any of those areas, do come and talk to me. It's no strings attached at all. Yes, I'm really giving you my shot. So, as I had already talked to you about my background, I spent the last year in the communication industry. I've done loads of different things within it, from classic advertising agency work to website development and software development and project management and working on client side, and now I've been with GetStuff for almost a year. And it's a really fun job because I got to meet with, I think it's about 130 companies and small businesses that I got to meet one-to-one and advise in this period of time, which is very rewarding and also a bit stressful, as you might imagine. And I think one of the things that I'm most proud of is definitely Drungly, which was a tech startup in the travel space, and I spent about 3.5 years building it. Unfortunately, that 1 million people around Europe wasn't enough to convince investors that they should invest more money in us, and we never really figured out a sustainable business model, so that's very important. It's one thing that it's shiny and people love it and it's popular, and I think it has way more followers on Twitter than I do. But it does have to be a sustainable business situation, because otherwise you can't really carry on. So, because I'm a teacher, a big part of my work life, I saw that I'm going to do a bit of a practical look into Twitter and tell you about how we really use it, what really have those up on there, and also give you a few tools that you can use for your own Twitter goals and communication. So how do we really use it? So it is true that there are 500 million tweets sent every day, but it's really, really interesting that even though that number has been constant since 2013, which means that the people who are engaging in it, they are not necessarily changing, or the people who are actually actively communicating through Twitter, that number more or less stays the same. You can also see that it's a very Pareto's rule working with Twitter as well. 1% of the people sends 20% of the tweets, and 50% sends 85% of the tweets. Which means that most of those people out there, they are not really engaging. Which is not necessarily an issue. It means that they are out there, they are listening, they are following people, mostly celebrities, as you see it on the slide. And it also means that you have a huge opportunity, because you can be seen. If it's not all the 300 million users or 200 million users that they have, but it's only a small slice of it, if you are one of them, you have better chances of being seen. So I already mentioned that actually humans predominantly still use Twitter for stalking celebrities. You can see it here. This is, by the way, data from Social Bakers, which is a very, very useful website for getting all sorts of insight about social media. And this one is UK data. So it's not worldwide, it's UK. It's a little bit different. All countries and all areas are using Twitter and different social media channels differently. But in the UK, One Direction and Harry Styles are winning, so yay for pop music. And who does use it? So this is US data, but I think in terms of demographics, there are not gigantic differences. So I really like this slide because it shows very interestingly how many people actually are on there and how they are active. So what you can see here is that gender-wise, quite balanced, not a huge difference, but between rural and urban, there's almost 10%. So it's much, much likely to be urban people or followers. So using it. It's also a really young channel, so you have to keep that in mind that the majority of users here in the UK is between 18 and 24. So is that your target audience? Are those people that you want to engage with? Can you go and seek out your actual demographics? That's a good question to start with when you're thinking about what am I going to do up on there. It's quite democratic in terms of income. And you can also see that in terms of education, it tends to be very highly educated. So it's the kind of audience who is mostly rural, mostly young, and at least have college education. So it's interesting to know when you're thinking about using Twitter for business purposes. This is just a fun illustration, and I'm happy to share this slide with anyone who needs me up on Twitter. Send me a tweet, my son, send me a video, and you can click on all the links and look everything up. So this was a video actually, which shows how Ellen DeGeneres' Oscar tweet has spread all around the world. And it's really fun to see that within 16 seconds, it basically covered the whole world. So it's very interesting to see, okay, in reality, how things spread. What are the things that people really share? What do they care about? So how did I grow my following? Now, full disclosure, I don't even know exactly how many followers I have. Somewhere around 850. And one big thing was patience. I've been up on there since 2009, and a lot of people just kind of found me along the way, and I just sat around and were like, okay, you found me, you followed me, you like me, great. But I also find that personal relationships, by far, I'm sorry, I'm running out of time, I know, just feel a bit. So personal relationships are by far the most important thing to do. I would say maybe a third of my followers are people who I actually know, through work or through events or anything like that, and they are the ones who are really engaging. 1/3 is people who are kind of like trying to follow me, so I follow them back, which either happens or not. And then there's also 1/3 who's just interested about the things that I'm tweeting about. Real conversations is definitely something that works. So if you can actually engage with people in reacting to their tweets and going out and jumping on the conversations, that helps a lot. My boyfriend says very often that you can only get loads of followers on social media if you get famous. And in a way it's true, but if you're standing in front of a room today, that counts as famous, so do go out and jump on every opportunity to talk to other people. And events are fantastic. Before I was coming here, I followed all of my fellow speakers. If I didn't, then I will. So I was a little bit in a hurry. Talking here in the room, meeting people, but even if you follow the threads around the events and engage in conversations with the people who are at the event, that's very helpful because you already have a common ground and you have something in common to start a conversation on. What do I plan? So, because I'm planning to start my own business next year, I plan to have a more consistent content strategy because at the moment I mix all of my stuff, and sometimes you might say it's not really safe for work. So it's more both communication and everything else that I care about. And it's going to be more consistent around communication, more frequent interactions, more opinions because people, as is being shared already in the room, if you share real opinions, real thoughts, that resonates better. And also call to action, that has been mentioned already. It's very magical if you say, please share, please retweet, please join. You have engagement that is skyrocketing really. This is the useful part, so I have to say this. The tools I recommend to my clients when I work with them. Social bakers, find out about statistics, what people like, what they don't like, who they follow, what happens. Buffer, scheduling, and we also provide you analytics. As Ronge said, it is free. It also has a premium version, but the fee is perfectly enough for small businesses. Bless you. Twitter analytics is actually very useful. I recommend to look at it. Crowdfire is great for social listening to find out what other people like and also find people you could follow. Buxom and Uprise allow you to figure out who are the influencers and also what kind of content and topics have been liked and shared. Twitter trends and moments to find out what's trending, what kind of hashtags you can use to be seen by loads of people. And similar about to see competitor traffic from Twitter to other websites to see whether it even makes sense for your business to use it or not. Yeah.